we learned from the first game, Riley inherits the house of her aunt Kate, going to her attic, where she finds a number of haunted tapes which seem to have a real person stuck in them. These tapes seem to be recordings of live broadcasts of a kids' entertainment show, which seem to be living tapes. As Riley manages to watch them all, a mysterious person breaks into the attic, wearing a raincoat and having a mask on. Hi folks, I'm R, your narrator, and welcome to Amanda the Adventurer 2. The story was left off on a cliffhanger and it continues exactly where it was left off. So, without much further ado, let's begin. The story continues with the masked figure in the attic approaching Riley, Kate's niece who inherited the house from her.
Kate and I were really close. She talked about you so much. She was really proud of you. I guess you've seen some of what she was working on. Come on. We should get out of here. I know a place you can rest a while and let's talk. Hey, hope you got a little sleep. You know, I was thinking we should head over to the library. You can tell me what happened on the way. God, that's terrifying. I really hope we find some answers in Kate's office. Come on, let's move.
This woman seems to be a friend to Kate, who could have been colleagues working at the library. This person, believing the attic is not safe for Riley, she takes Riley to the local library, the Kensdale Public Library, as it seems there might be more information in Kate's office which could help them find out what is really going on. The woman, learning about what Riley had experienced so far, communicating with a cartoonish character in an interactive edutainment show who seems to be real and suffering, trapped in the cartoonish world. She explains there seems to be some sort of dangerous entity in the library who is drawn to the tapes. There seems to be more tapes in the library which would unveil more details about who the supernatural entity is and what really happened to the creator of the show and the voice actor who happened to be his adoptive daughter, Rebecca Colton. This mysterious person hands over a walkie-talkie to Riley and explains to her that she will keep watch outside while instructing Riley to see what she can find in Kate's office.
I know this is going to sound super paranoid, but after everything that's happened, we need to be careful. We can connect on an encrypted channel with these. You go see what you can find in Kate's office. I'll keep watch outside. I'll call you on the two-way if anything comes up.
On the desk, Riley finds a note left over by someone called Sophie. Hey Margaret, found an odd tape in book returns. Haven't looked into it myself, but I was hoping you could take a look at it when you can. It's in the locked cabinet. This tape clearly seems to be from Kate, which is of Amanda the Adventurer edutainment show. Finding the tape, it shows a set of ring lights with an accompanying sound as if displaying they are from a surgical room. The perspective shows the lights from the surgical bed, which might be a hint that Rebecca Colton was operated on to somehow transform and teleport into the tape's world, to become the actual living and interactive character, Amanda. In my previous videos, I theorized that Amanda is most likely Rebecca Colton, the adopted daughter of Sam Colton, who created the show. So this is the most possible theory, unless there will be some plot twist later in the video. The topic of the tape is planning a trip, with Amanda wanting to help the viewers plan a trip, excitedly saying that people can travel far, far away, when the realization of her own reality hits her, that she is stuck in this world, becoming disappointed and saddened.
Have you ever wanted to go far, far away? Well, we can! At least in our imaginations we can.
Yet she tries to keep appearances that they can at least travel in their imagination. There she asks the viewer who they would like to visit, which can create some variation if we mention the familiar names such as Wooly, Rebecca, and Sam. In here, Amanda manages to get some coins from her piggy bank, but as she is short, she asks for the help of the viewers to sell one of her toys to get more money. Two of the dolls are in a very bad shape, with the only valuable one being a rooster, which Amanda explains to have been from someone very special to her. Could this person be Sam Colton, the adoptive father of Rebecca, who gifted her this toy? Is that why it is so special to her, which she holds dearly to her heart? After managing to play along and visiting the imaginary places, Amanda sits on the toy train and goes in circles, with a discouraged tone saying how she wished that she could actually see the real world, yet again indicating how she is trapped.
But I wish I really could go see the world.
After the tape ends, Riley manages to find the second tape, which is labeled as Good Night. In here, Amanda teaches the viewers about sleep and the details revolving around it. Amanda looks sad when she realizes that she has to get ready for bed by herself, depicting her loneliness in this prison, the tape world. Yet she seems to really see the viewers on the other side of the TV, happy that they are watching her, as she gets to at least talk to others.
Time to get ready for bed. I guess I'll get ready by myself. Hey, wait! You can help me!
Amanda asks the viewer to help her organize her toys in their shelves and then help her brush her teeth and wash her face before bed, when the possum suddenly appears again. Amanda seems genuinely confused, not knowing who this entity is. Regardless, she finishes up and goes to bed, changing into her PJs.
Who even are you? Go away! A little help here, please! It makes me think about things I really don't want to think about. I'm not even sure what's real. But I guess we all get a little scared at night, right?
While sitting on the bed, Amanda talks about how lonely she gets at night, wanting to desperately talk about what happened. But the nature of the videotape stops her, glitching her monologue out, shifting and changing it, controlling Amanda to what she is able to say. Amanda says something very interesting at the end, before she glitches yet again, saying that she doesn't even know what is real anymore. This is a massive hint to what is going on in her world and her mind. She seems to be genuinely unaware to who she might have even been. She might not even remember she is Rebecca anymore, and that she was a human.
I'm not even sure what's real.
To her, this world she lives in is real. But at times, her memories come back to her, which make her suffer remembering fragments of what she used to be and what her world was like. Amanda explains that being scared of things can give one nightmares when we see the visualization of Amanda's nightmare while she's sleeping. Her nightmares reveal how a door opened, leading to her become trapped in this world, which could potentially correlate with the Hamlin studio recording when they made her recite certain satanic verses, which is most likely the way that she transformed into a monster and teleported into this world. If Riley, on the other hand, gives her a night light to sleep, Amanda doesn't have nightmares anymore, thanking Riley, calling her by name.
Good night, Riley.
This is yet another big hint that Amanda knows Riley by name, which means Rebecca could have known about her. Maybe they both knew each other. The library was also a big fan of the show and the biggest supporters of Sam and Rebecca, even having the posters of the show in the library, being proud that the show is made by locals, celebrating it. So it would be very likely for Rebecca and Riley to know each other, or at least having known about each other. While watching the tapes, strange sounds and bangs are heard within the library. Even though there's nothing to be seen, it also seems as if the events within the tape interact with the outside world, which shows the supernatural nature of it all. The next tape, being called Patience, shows Wooly and Amanda bickering, not getting along together, and actually not showing any patience towards each other. They build a birdhouse together and use some dangerous power tools such as nail gun when the possum appears yet again. The possum seems to be a nuisance, always causing trouble and ruining the activities. Finally, when the birdhouse is completed, Riley has the option to warn the birds to fly off or let a mother cat feed on one of the birds, which entails the grisly way the cat hunts down the bird and feeds it to her kittens, which doesn't seem to be such a child-friendly show, even making Wooly sick. But strangely, Amanda enjoys it and says that's part of the nature.
What a good mama cat!
I think I'm gonna be sick.
It's not clear why Wooly and Amanda are not getting along together, with Amanda seemingly being annoyed at him. Finding another tape called Let's Start the Day. A silhouetted man is seen walking through a doorway, which then glitches when Amanda is seen waking up, making her bed. Amanda goes on to make breakfast, asking Riley to find her a cooking pan from the outside of the tape, showing how the tape world is connected to the real world. Finding another tape called When You Are Feeling Bad, Wooly takes over as Amanda is feeling strange and bad. He intends to entertain the viewer by going over an adventure story, which Riley has to take part in. If she doesn't manage to keep up, the monstrous entity shows up trying to attack Riley, but Amanda pleads with the monster, saying that Riley is trying her hardest and should get a break. This in a way might suggest that this monster entity is not entirely the transformation of Amanda, as it seems to have its own mind and embodiment. However, Amanda somehow seems to be able to control it, or at least communicate with it.
Moving on.
Wait! They're trying! Please!
Interacting with Wooly and retelling a knight and princess story in a different way, who is in need of being rescued from a dragon. Amanda actually feels better as Riley makes it into a tragic story, which makes Amanda feel not alone.
You knew exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you.
She orders the monster to stay away, even though it badly wants to devour Riley. Strangely, Amanda seems to have a lot of control over this entity, who stops in its track and backs away, leaving Riley alone. Finding another tape called Let's Hunt for Treasure, Amanda and Wooly are seen in the middle of a forest, having a shovel which they intend to use to dig the ground and find treasure. Digging a hole with Amanda being disappointed finding a ragged doll, she leaves Wooly in the hole, with the tape ending.
We did all that digging for this? Maybe this was important to someone once, but not anymore. Come on, Willie. Let's get out of here.
Amanda? A little help here? Are you still up there? Oh.
All of a sudden, Amanda appears, not allowing Riley to go away, explaining that she is not happy with what she found and wants something from the real world. In here, if Riley doesn't provide a good toy for Amanda, the monster pounces at Riley and kills her. On the other hand, if she manages to unlock the Wooly mascot doll and hands it over to the monster, a strange and scary roar can be heard from the library, which causes the entity to run towards it, breaking the door to Kate's office. In there, Riley finds a secret tape labeled "We Can Fix It." This tape is a total mess, with the characters of Amanda and Wooly being completely corrupted and seem to be in extreme agony, when a sinister sounding text explains that in Hamlin, they believe every child has a creative light within them, which might suggest that they have malicious intentions, wanting to kidnap the kids and somehow maybe even make a trade with the demons to sell their soul. The The video shows snippets of what seems to be hell, which might in fact reveal that Hamlin recited satanic verses and made a deal with the devil, unleashing some sort of demon from hell by selling the soul of Rebecca. In one of my videos, we went over the lines that she was forced to recite, which were the name of Baal, which is a demon able to make men invisible and has the power to rule over 66 legions of demons. The meat man or the butcher can also be seen saying that Riley will feel a pinch. Replaying the tape, Riley can help Amanda and Wooly fix a bunch of broken tools and toys. At some point, the possum even pulls out one of Wooly's eyes, which magically repairs itself. This shows the magical world of the tapes, where the characters can regenerate and be whole again, never permanently dying. That's how Wooly came back even after seemingly being killed by Amanda in previous tapes. The tape ends when Amanda explains not everything can be fixed, saying that her heart is broken, and despite giving her a heart, Amanda remains upset, saying nothing will fix it, which relates to how she is trapped in this world.
Thanks for trying.
As the tape ends, the masked figure contacts Riley on the walkie-talkie, saying that they are not safe here anymore, and that she will make her way around the building as she keeps getting glimpses of some sort of entity, not knowing what it is, but whatever it is, not being friendly. The tape then appears labeled, "Do you feel safe?" Amanda and Wooly are outside an alley, who talk about the dangers of streets and how unsafe they can be. The alley behind them transforms into a dark and shady place, with the police sirens and dog barks being heard.
My favorite thing is how safe and cozy my neighborhood feels.
Does it, Wooly?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time.
Do you feel safe where you live?
This coincides with Amanda not feeling happy, which depicts that she is very powerful, being able to change the nature of the tapes. Amanda then goes on explaining that she used to trust many people, but after what happened to her, she doesn't know if she can trust anyone anymore. That probably means that she trusted Hamlin, who betrayed her and essentially trapped her in the tape world. That's when she goes through the dangerous alley, despite Wooly being very scared and trying to dissuade Amanda from going there.
It's really scary back here, Amanda.
Sometimes it's good to go to places that scare us. You can learn a lot about yourself by facing something that scares you.
That's dangerous, Amanda. There are other ways to learn about yourself. Like by having adventures with your friends.
What's something that scares you?
He keeps begging her to get back home, but Amanda seems to be rebellious and having enough of the script, doing what she wants to. In the alley, she says that she started trusting Riley, someone who is a stranger, someone whom she thought that she can count on. But then, maybe she shouldn't have, when the masked figure connects through the walkie-talkie, saying that she is at the front door of the library now, explaining some sort of entity is following her. So this in a way might suggest that Rebecca and Riley never actually met in the real world or didn't even know about each other until the tapes. The tape ends and the masked figure explains it is not safe anymore. She decides to collect all the tapes just before heading back, as the entity might harm them.
I'll go grab what I can from the library, and then we've really got to get out of here.
Managing to collect all the tapes, Riley finds a secret room which leads to a secret hatch door in Kate's office. The masked figure starts smashing the tapes, which lets out a magical light out, which could be the spirit of Rebecca leaving or becoming free. Or at least a fragment or a part of it. Just as she tries to break the rest of the tapes, the entity jumps on the masked figure, who tells Riley to run, shutting the secret door behind her. This gives Riley some time, as the masked figure is distracting the entity, which allows her to take the last tape and run. Riley narrowly escapes the entity and goes to the secret hatch, shutting it behind her. The fate of the masked figure remains unclear, but by the sounds and screams being heard, she will most likely die, or at least realistically, she would die. Unless the cliché plot twist of stories, where the characters somehow survive the most unlikely situations.
Run.
There is a secret tape that we can't find, which unveils more story to who Kate was, how she found the tapes, and the connection to Rebecca and Hamlin. In this tape, we can find Kate, Riley's aunt, speaking to two other people called David and Caroline, who might be her colleagues in the library. Kate reveals her findings in a personal investigation that she has started, investigating the tapes on how they are strange and that she found weird sigils and symbolisms.
Every episode has some very harmful instructions, and there's a thread of content that runs across all of it. References to Belial, to Mara, to Iblis. Every world religion has a figure that tempts and manipulates and deceives. According to Kate's log, in the last 20 weeks of this kids show, there have been over 40 mentions of these entities. It's alarming.
They talk amongst each other on how these tapes seem to encourage harmful behaviors to children under the guise of entertainment and education. It seems as if the group, and especially Kate, started this self-initiated investigation, as these tapes seem to have caused the mysterious disappearance of kids watching them. The group mentions how they have managed picking up clues that the tapes in some way have connection to the demonic beings, finding references to Belial, Mara, and Iblis, which are all devils and demons. That is in connection to a studio session Rebecca had, who was made to recite the name Baal, another demon. It seems Kate was recording these live broadcasts, having picked up more than 40 mentions of these demonic names. They bring in an expert called Peter, who seemingly knows more about the demonology. It becomes clear that Hamlin is somehow connected to some sort of cult and cult activities, something Caroline and her family has been investigating for generations.
The puzzles, the anagrams, they seem to connect it to the cult. And based on what we have, I'm convinced that this is the latest iteration of the one Caroline's family's been tracking for generations.
This cult or religion seems to have not been practiced for hundreds of years, which makes the group believe that Hamlin might have been a secret organization, guising themselves as a production company who are practicing this religion in hiding for generations. The final recorded meeting of Kate, Caroline, and Peter unveils that they had the same theory that Amanda is most likely Rebecca, believing that she is still alive but trapped in this hellish world. The tragic truth is unveiled that it's been 15 years since Rebecca went missing. The group then hits a dead end, unsure on what to do next, whether to try and pull Rebecca out of this world or to still operate in secrecy before they make any public moves. That is when the recordings end. It seems Kate and her friends were getting too close to finding an answer, which made her an enemy to this organization. Things make sense now, seeing the corrupted scenes we see in the tapes, showing the gates of hell and demonic beings. It seems Rebecca was sent through a portal into hell, or a sub-dimension of hell. So we can't say what happens next until we get another installment. And that's it for this video, folks. If you enjoyed it, make sure to stay tuned for more, as I'm planning to make more videos and theories about the game. As always, it's been your host Star. Thanks for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Have a fantastic day.